Good evening, everyone. It's Irene Leslie, Crafting with Friends, coming at you on YouTube. And I wanted to show you 3 projects that I've been working on and finally finished. Okay. And the first one we're going to talk about is the Fairy Memory Box book. It was a paper mache box that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I got the fairy and the frame that the fairy is surrounded by at Hobby Lobby. And the fairy is Woodpile and the frame is Art Minds frames. And you can see there's some lace on it and some other trim on it. So let's get started. Okay, so on this project I used Jody Lee's Natural Garden Collection. It has some very beautiful papers, and this particular collection had a lot of fairies in it, so I figured why not keep the theme going. So that's the paper I used for the front and back covers. And the fairy, I used Craft Smart black acrylic paint and Craft Smart deep purple paint on the fairy. And on the frame I used Craft Smart deep lavender paint on the frame, as well as white Craft Smart white paint on the frame to kind of take some of the darkness out of the frame so that the focus would be on the fairy. And on the frame I used In Bloom gemstones again that look like little pearls. And then I used some decorative trim, see here, that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I used some Ofray lavender ribbon around the edges of the fairy memory box. And then I used some lace that I got at Goodwill. And the flower is from Hobby Lobby. I don't remember the product name brand because unfortunately I got a little too happy getting it out of it and threw the packaging away, so I'm sorry about that. But I used the lavender ribbon. You can kind of see it throughout, you know, the lace and everything, especially on the back here. And then I used the really pretty sparkly trim and everything. And then I used this trim right here, which is really just little plastic flowers trim. I got that at Hobby Lobby too, and I really enjoyed using it just to brighten up the project. And then of course I used Craft Smart white paint on the inside to make it look like a book. And that was that project. So we're going to move on to the next one you can kind of see in frame. And this is a canvas. I don't know if I would call it mixed media art canvas. It is, but it isn't. I did this cute, quick project for my daughter and my youngest daughter and her family. And on here, these pieces right here, these are wood pieces that are from Woodpile at Hobby Lobby. And then these 3 are actual stamps. And 2 of these, Toby and Aiden, I got from Scrapbooks R Us, from Candy at Scrapbooks R Us in Las Vegas, and I really love them. But they are Julie Nutting's stamp collection. And then this is Valentina, and she's Julie Nutting as well, and I got her from Hobby Lobby. So I stamped these out on some card board, and then cut them out and painted them with acrylic paints. And then I used Mod Podge to glue them onto the canvas itself. And on the canvas, this paper is actually DIY shop paper, from this collection right here. And it's just really pretty paper. It's thin. It's a thinner paper than a lot of scrapbook papers that I've seen. But I liked it, and it made for a really cool background just to make the rest of the picture pop. And up here, the saying is, "Mommy, Daddy, and me makes three. Mess and all, we are a family." Because my grandson, he's a little hyper man, but he's a good little boy, and I just love him so much. And then at the bottom, you can see the lace ribbon that I used, and that is just Floral Garden lace ribbon, and I really liked it because it just made the picture, gave it the finishing touches it needed. And the final project tonight is a mixed media project that I did using woodpile, musical notes, and staffs. And then this is the big musical note here is actually chipboard. And then the paper again is DIY Shop paper, but I used some Lindy's ink and some Tim Holtz ink on this. And the Tim Holtz ink is Distress Spray Stain Vintage Photo. And then I used Lindy's Starburst sprays right here. And this is Canyon Lily Burnt Orange. And then this one is also Lindy's, and it is Cape Cod Coral spray right here. And they made this beautiful color you see right back here on the canvas. And I used my homemade texture paste, which I will again put the YouTuber's blog post there that I got the recipe from to help you so you don't rush out and spend a lot of money on paste. And then I used some Tim Holtz stencils again on the notes, and I used some other stencils back here just to give some texture to the canvas itself. And on the musical notes, I used Craftsmart black acrylic paint, and then used some Mod Podge to put the glitter on each of the notes and everything. And then on the big musical note, I used Craftsmart deep purple acrylic paint on it, and then I used, of course, the stencils to add the wording on there and just to make it pop. And then you see in the background, here we go again, I used Studio G self-adhesive gems because they're so much easier, y'all. I gotta keep it real with you. I love using the emblems, but the thing is that I use the glue gun a lot, and then the glue gun, of course, is like murder on your fingers when you're using little gems like that, because you have to be so careful when placing them on top of the glue or you get burned. And trust me, I have a lot of burn marks on my fingers. So these are the projects I've been working on, and I'm going to go to my blog spot and post them as well. And I just want to thank everybody again for subscribing and watching my channel. I hope that you'll come back and watch more. I plan on doing a tutorial in the next few days, so on a new project that I'm working on, and hopefully you'll be inspired to do something similar and share it. So thanks again for watching my channel, and thank you for subscribing. Have a good night.